It's GCNdex, and this one was close to impossible. We've already begun to touch upon Konami's Jikkyo World Soccer Series, which was a long-running soccer game series that ended in the early 2000s. After we got done talking about how great the 2002 entry was, please refer to episode 38 for more, we mentioned that the series ended as Konami diverted their attention to their long-running Jikkyo Pawafuru Puroyakyu series. Well, it's time to dive into just what that series is like with Jikkyo Pawafuru Puroyakyu 9. Known on the box as Jikkyo Pawafuru Puroyakyu 9, and often simply as Pawapuro to non-Japanese speakers, Konami's long-running baseball series is also one of the longest-running game franchises with the most number of games, similar to Pro Evolution or Final Fantasy. With the first entry on the Super Famicom back in 1994, Pawapuro became an annualized release, much like 2K sports titles are, and it's still in stores today. By the time 9 rolled around in 2002, it was actually the 12th entry in the series, growing each year with new features and play options. Instead of going for realism like its soccer-centered sibling, the graphics and all-around presentation of Pawapuro are somewhat childlike, kind of like in the vein of Rayman. Players have huge heads without any kind of detailed features. All their expressions are communicated through their eyebrows, and they don't have arms or legs. Hands and feet simply float where they're supposed to be, giving an incredibly cartoonish style to the game. Known as Pawapuro-kun, these cute little dudes give a good amount of personality to the game, considering that they don't have mouths and can't express very much. The stadiums and fields are very basic, but being a fast-moving baseball game, your attention won't be drawn away from the action very often. The standard modes that you expect from a baseball game are there, such as exhibition matches, home run derby, etc., but the big draw to the series is the Success Mode. Presented as a cross between an RPG, a life sim, and a baseball title, Success Mode tasks the player with bringing your personal Pawapuro-kun all the way from the bottom to the pro leagues. Your character starts out with low stats and levels up as you progress, and is heavily impacted by randomized events, leading to a high replay value and driving a desire to train the perfect Pawapuro-kun. The Success Mode is incredibly text-heavy, so if you're importing the game without the ability to read Japanese, you're going to have a bad time. The controls, in my personal experience, tend to match the graphic style. That is, they're simplified. When hitting, you do have a few options and can easily choose if you want to hit some grounders or try for a home run. The problem that I ran into was with pitching. There only appears to be one pitch option, so no fastballs or changeups, but this also makes it a lot tougher to get the ball past the batter. I frequently found myself trailing by a dozen or more runs in the first 2 innings, and I'm not that terrible at baseball games. While this was frustrating, it's the type of frustrating that makes you want to try even more. This was a tough game to work on, as there is little to no documentation online specifically about Jikkyo Pawafuru Puroyakyu 9, and I can't read Japanese, so a lot of what I know was found through the trial and error of going through menus and modes. Because of this, I would only recommend checking it out if you can read and understand Japanese so you can properly enjoy your time. If you can't, the series finally made it to the United States in 2007 as MLB Power Pros for the Wii, and then again in 2008, and these would be a great way to get into the Pawapuro experience without being confused. That is it for this week's episode of GCNdex. If you enjoy the videos every week, consider backing us on Patreon. Even $1 a month will do a lot to support the project and help improve the experience. It's entirely up to you. Either way, please continue to show your support by subscribing, sharing, following along on Twitter at GCNdex and at GCNdex.com. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in next time when we hit the beach in Beach Spikers.